Hi, this is Group 1 and we will be sharing our research on the design trail to 3 locations at Central. Firstly, we will be focusing on the St. Andrew's Cathedral. It is a neo-Gothic style building built in 1856. We can tell from the pointed arches, which is a main characteristic of neo-Gothic buildings. Other design elements also include the lancet windows and trefoil decorations. A lancet window is a tall, narrow window with a pointed arch at its top. The name lancet came from its resemblance to the tip of a lance. The lancet arch is a variety of pointed arch in which each of the arcs or curves of the arch have a radius longer than the width of the arch. Next, trefoil decorations. The word trefoil comes from the Latin word trifolium, meaning three-leaved plant, also known as a clover. The trefoils are used as decorations as it symbolizes the Holy Trinity and depicting interconnectedness and inseparable nature of God, whereby God is one God in 3 persons, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It is also a term that is used in Gothic architecture to introduce the heads of the window lights, tracery, and panellings, in which the centre takes the form of a 3-lobed leaf.
Hey, did you know that the building is made of a special material named Chernum plaster? You must be wondering, what is Chernum plaster? The word Chernum is derived from a transliteration of the Tamil word Chuna, which means lime. Hence, it refers to a type of lime plaster. Chernum plaster is a mixture made from shell lime, egg white, coarse sugar, and water in which coconut husks have been steeped. After the drying process, the plastered walls and columns were polished with rock crystal or rounded stones and dusted with fine soapstone powder, thus giving the building a remarkably smooth and glossy surface. This is what makes the building unique. However, there is a possibility that Chernum plaster may not have been used at all. According to recent research done by archaeologists and conservationists, there is no physical evidence on the use of this material conquering the entire building, even after extensive sampling. As mentioned in this article, if Chernum was used, there would be the telltale signs of an all-white substance derived from the egg whites. However, it was not found in any parts of the plastering. Therefore, there are assumptions that Chernum was used sparingly or that it was stripped away as restoration works continued. Moving on to our National Gallery, it is a combination of 2 former buildings, namely the former Supreme Court and City Hall. It houses the world's largest collection of Singapore and Southeast Asian modern art. The main design elements we'll be diving into are the bas-reliefs, Ionic and Corinthian columns, and tympanums. So what is a bas-relief? A bas-relief is a form of sculpture that is carved from a flat 2-dimensional plane, creating a 3-dimensional appearance, which can be viewed from all angles with little distortion. It can be made from plaster, hand-carved wood, stone, marble, or even terracotta. In recent years, however, plaster has been the most popular material for its malleability and versatility.
Another few iconic designs of the National Gallery include columns such as Ionic and Corinthian. You may be wondering, they look so similar, what are the differences between them? While both were made during the Greek times, the main difference between these columns is that the Ionic column is simplified and minimalistic compared to the other types of column. It is easy to spot them as the top of the column lies a swirl that is shaped almost like a ball inverting downwards with a flat base on top, whereas the Corinthian holds very detailed artistic texture. They do not have a flat base like the Ionic column. Instead, their form and shape looks like it's supporting the roof with a wave-like structure. Last but not least, the tympanum. The tympanum is usually placed above the entrance of the building. This way, it helps identify the purpose of the buildings by its designs. It helps people become aware of its history and usage of the building, thus it being most important in general. It is commonly found on religious buildings during the Greek times. For example, the tympanum on the National Gallery shows the Lady Justice, indicating that it used to be the former Supreme Court.
last but not least, the Church of St. Gregory the Illuminator. The building of the Church of St. Gregory the Illuminator is a Palladian-style building consisting of cupola, pediments, and loggia. In architecture, a cupola is a relatively small, most often dome-like, tall structure on top of a building. It is often used to emit light and air. The cupola usually crowns a larger roof or dome. The original language for cupola is actually Italian, known as cupula. It stands for small cup, hence, the shape of a cupola resembles an upside-down cup. The Church of St. Gregory has a prominent feature on their building, which is the pediments.
The Tuscan Doric porticos on the north, south, east, and west fronts of the church are each topped with a triangular pediment. Pediments not only help to visually harmonize the geometric shapes of the building, it was actually an important structural element of the roof as well. Loggia, from the Italian word for lodge, is an outdoor corridor or gallery with a fully covered roof and an outer wall that is open to the elements. The open outer side of the loggia is usually supported by several columns or decorative arches. Loggia provides a space that was fully connected to the outer environment and cooler air, while still providing a shady and covered retreat from the sun in which to relax and dine, making it an ideal architectural feature.